And I think your door slam is like, I'm not gonna let anyone else to be affected by my door slam.
Which is a protector.
Which is a protector inside INFJ.
But I also think, and it's not a superiority complex, but INFJs by nature are sort of introverted. They don't really want to go out. You know, like for example, you know me, like I'm very just like, I'd rather stay home and, you know, not really do my thing.
Okay.
But I was thinking that those like me who have been exposed to certain things in life by default, you know, like for example, like I entered the military early in life. It was just by default. I didn't know what I was getting into. I just got into it. And then that led me because I learned and I was conditioned through that at an early age until I was 21, 22. So that's basically, I followed that life, you know what I'm saying, to that career path because that's what I knew from an early age. You know what I'm saying to you? But that's not really like my thing. Like I'm not, even though I'm you know, in prior service into the military, but I'm not the real, you know, gung-ho charger type of person. But with that said, because of my experience in so many different fields, you know, having different businesses, having, you know, been, you know, working for different, you know, institutions, government, military, police, you know, personal training, fitness and stuff like that, I feel that people like me are rare even amongst the INFJs, which creates more of a frustration for myself because a lot of the times I want to be able to interact on a deeper intellectual level, not intellectual, but social understanding with other people, and I can't because I have to now limit myself to what they know or what they, in that sense, for example, if I, like last night we're at a party, I was having a conversation about, let's say, transgender. But they were only limited to this, and I wanted to really get it.
Right, you want to go deeper, and they just lack capacity.
Yeah. So, do you think you think, for example, like INFJs like myself who have all these experiences by default? I'm not saying because we just so naturally we want them. It's just it's just by default. Do you think we're at a disadvantage because it's harder for us to relate to other people? In a sense that, like, I want to be able to get deep, and where people aren't always trying to get deep. Like my father, he's a ENTP or whatever. He's like the business guy, and he doesn't like when I get so deep. And
so I think sometimes when you go deep, people might feel that as you trying to be now too way more personal, trying to find out who I am, then I'm willing to go. But for you, it's like you don't care to go. You actually interested about the subject and where it leads. Because INFJs are all about connecting dots. There's this. They see things, they feel things, and then they feel right or wrong, or something's working or not, but now they need to find out the truth. Then they connect the dots. So what you feel connects with what the reality is, and then things make sense. Until those two meet, things might not make sense. So now you're going out there and you're seeking people to find answers. And a lot of people, and I think in today, are really, they don't have ability to separate what they feel, what they know, or explore the possibilities. They're more of a face value people than be able to take their feelings and put them aside and now talk more like logistics of life and realities, and then match them with what they feel. It's like there's a balance of what you feel and what the reality is. Sometimes people bend reality to meet the feelings, or they bend feelings to meet the reality. INFJs, what's unique is they actually are right at 50-50. So I think when they connect, and it's like, for me personally, it's almost connection of the real truth.
Now, but when you say the INFJs, you talking about me? Like, do you know other
I'm talking about you because I know you in and out, to the point, like, because the way you discuss things, I had to open my mind. Because my personality type, and I don't know what it is. I'm sorry, I'm not so about the I and F. I don't truly even know what it means. So he's the expert of the letters behind it. I'm not. I'm just saying that I was exposed to your way of thinking, so I had to open my mind and let it go, which I appreciate, because if I wouldn't have you, I wouldn't go places. I mean, places like in my mind, or places in my questioning things. But however, I'm open-minded.
Okay, but comparing me to the other people that you've dealt with, like obviously you've been in Florida, you've been here, you've been in other places. When you compare like my interaction with you and then my questions and so forth, are they different? And like, has it helped you, like, in comparison to the ways socially? You know, in terms of understanding the social dynamics, not in terms of work, whatever, but have you met other people like me that really want to get so deep and really want to question, or is it not as so common?
I actually don't find too many people that would want to go deep into things, but once I find somebody that is, I recognize it, and it right away puts you in a category for me. Then I said, okay, with this person, we can go places. With this person, they don't have capacity. I am not like you, because I don't think, but I accept the information. I'm open-minded to it. My feelings sometimes might conflict reality, because I fight it, just like I think a lot of people in this world. But INFJs are true to reality and true to the feeling. When me, I have to admit to myself that I'm not. I'm sometimes fighting it, but because I know you, I'm open to it.
But how did you come to that though?
And I think I came to that because my father is more like you. I recognize the signs. So my father was a Scorpio. And a lot of little details, I see it. My father was a person that doesn't talk much, but when they say it, it's worth it. My father was a person that you don't understand why they're doing things, but later it comes together and you realize why they did that. So it's like, I see those, and especially with experience down the road with the years. I used to hear from my friends that they call my dad weird, and I never felt my dad as weird. But now knowing you, I understand why sometimes INFJs feel lonely, because other people think they're weird. But I know that they're not, because they just think you're weird because they don't have a capacity. I have a capacity. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's why I think you were STP. ESTP. No.
I'm sorry.
And then they said that a lot of the times the ESTPs often, because we're so different, that the ESTP, where you're basically the opposite of me, so that's why we're able to sort of like relate, and then you're able to understand where I'm coming from, because you're extroverted. The E means extroverted, so you're basically more open than I am. With me, I'm introverted.
The only thing I know, I'm E.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy out there. I enjoy loud parties and conversations with people. But at the same time, I know being with you, I like some of the subjects, and I noticed when I bring those subjects with some people, I realize they lack capacity to discuss the subject. You see what I'm saying? And so in that case, I can tell you, I now more understand where the frustration for you to come from, Because once you can go into subjects deep with your feelings not taking over, with your feelings being like 50-50 with the reality, when you start like interacting with other people, you right away are able to put them in a category, okay, they're not able to control their feelings. Or you right away can put them in the category like they're all math, but they don't understand feelings.
At a party, how do you see me at a party? Like last night, or
You're observer, and then you observe, then you hear information, then your life experience start entering what you just heard, and then you have a question, then you go there. But you are careful about it because you already anticipate people not having the capacity for what you have to bring. So you kind of care about them, and at the same time you care about what kind of information you can receive from them. Then you realize their value. If they're not able to deliver the value, not to say that they're not good people, not to say that they don't have value, not to say you're superior. It's just basically, I got what I needed from you, we're done here. And it has nothing to do with them being bad people or not being interesting people. It's just, you always have to start putting dots together, even when it comes to the future. If they in the future, right now you have established they don't have nothing to offer for you, specific for you, because they might offer a lot to somebody else in the future, but for you, they don't have value to offer to match your level, then it was good, but tomorrow maybe we don't need to meet.
Okay, but I'm
you know what I mean?
though, because obviously this is stuff that I hear online and I hear from other INFJs speaking. So I'm curious, because for me it's kind of weird that you're able to just pick that up. So is it that you picked that up naturally?
It's
or is it because over time of being with me that you?
It's both. It's over time, and this is insider information. We got married young, and I know deep in my heart, I picked you on a level of instinct, not the common sense. Because if I would have to pick somebody at this age using my sense, one little thing, and it's a write-off. But when you are young and you pure instinct, you run on it and you don't question whys.
No.
So what I'm
yeah.
So what I'm saying is, like, for me, it's combination of both. Because I believe, that's my belief, that you reflect the way my father is. So there's a familiarity. And then after that, it's been nurturing growth over years. Many years. So, and I think that's why we have merged well together. Because I believe I have ability, maybe not even the beginning, but when I cool off, to accept the reality. I might fight it. I might not want it. I might not, whatever. I might question it. I might disregard it.
No.
But I have
No. And I get where you're coming from, but I mean, and it's not to disregard what you just said. But I'm trying to figure out in terms of how you broke it down in terms of how, for future reference, if someone I know is not going to provide me value, then so like I'm trying to figure out, how did you come to understand that? Because just being able to articulate that, that's, for me, it's like I've read that and I've listened to people who are other INFJs speak about that. So I'm trying to figure out, where is this coming from? Because that's not you to normally articulate it. You know what I'm saying to you? So I'm trying to figure out, is it because I've discussed it with you and then now you were able to just bring it back up now? or that because maybe we're drinking a little bit, so that your mind is open, so that you're able to now articulate that aspect of me, like the whole value thing. Because I mean, that's not something that the average person would say. So that's why, and this is why it's good, because it's real life, and I'm like, okay, well, where is that coming from? You know what I'm saying to you?
Like, I have to say again, it's a combo. It's a combo knowing you to some certain degree, obviously with the years of experience and figuring things out. At the same time, knowing how you function. And the function is you feel, then you seek real answers. That's why you are deep into research. That's why you spend hours and hours of getting an answer from this. So when you seek those answers, they all are dots. And those dots then need to be placed together to form a reality. So I think that's what it's coming from. Like you said, like years of experience, knowing you, growing into it, and at the same time seeing the real thing you do. You know what I mean? It's the reality.
So let's talk about the door slam, because obviously we had a recent
We
incident.
have door slams.
We had a recent incident, and I explained to you about the whole door slam thing.
Right.
What can you tell me about in terms of the door slam, in terms of how I am, in terms of how I don't door slam, but when I do, like obviously this is my first door slam that I've really made. Well, I did one, but I did a door slam, but then I reopened it back up. But what can you tell me in terms of like how I am, in terms of me like sort of bending backwards for other people and like letting people like, or me, you know, like when we go back home, like I feel like, oh man, I have to go visit this person, I have to visit this person, and most people will be like, oh, I'm not going. But for me, like I have to make sure that like it's like just even before going home, I'm stressed out because I know that my mom is gonna be upset. On my dad's side, they're gonna be upset. They're gonna be upset. So I cannot even like enjoy anything because I'm always worried about other people. But now that I've actually closed the door and I actually feel good, what can you say about it? Obviously, we haven't discussed your feeling of it or, you know, what you've thought about it, but just overall, like how you feel like I am and in the door slam, yeah.
I think door slam is not only for NFJs.
Oh, yeah, no.
Right. So, experience the door slam myself before you did. I have understanding of it. So my door slam happened when I give you so many chances. I give you my all. I give you my feelings, my time, my effort, my thinking. I'm thinking of you. And I'm bringing it up to you, so you got a chance to work with me to make this right? So I think since I was thinking with my door slam that way, I recognized yours because it's the same. And the door slam is not particular to one person or one personality type, but it exists. And I think it exists in multiple personality types. And the thing about door slam...
Yeah, but I think, INFJs though, in terms of, because, for example, a lot of people, they're quick to just say, okay, I'm done with the person, and they're easy to roll out. For example, me, it's very difficult for me to say no to people. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom. Every time we go to visit my mom, or it's like, I cannot go to New York and like not go see her because it's always on my mind, and you know that.
Right.
You know
it's very difficult.
So it's like, even just like for anyone, like for me to just move, I'm always thinking about, okay, who did I not see? Who did I, whatever.
And if you don't see people, it's the guilt that is eating your part.
Whereas most people like,
sometimes people like, oh, well, I didn't see her, she doesn't know, so no problem.
Yeah, but for me, it's like I cannot go to New York because every time I go, I always know that if I'm here, the people here are wondering, okay.
And I hope these people didn't talk, like, because we know that dynamic. Remember, we worked on it and made it right. Remember the times when we had to satisfy one household, we didn't have time for another household, and we know that reality is reality. We just don't have time. That's the reality.
But
it doesn't help. It doesn't take away from the fact. It doesn't take away from the fact that we don't feel right. So there's a combination of things. Combination of things is that other people put you in that position. Other people put you in that position. And then there's another thing. I'm trying to do my best and my all for the people that matter. Now, the problem is the investment and the people that matter not doing. It's like the same for me.
Yeah, they're
not reciprocating. So even when they're not reciprocating, INFJ still work on it. They still overlook it because they understand why they're not reciprocating. They know, they have them figured out. They understand how they function. However, we work, we do. We talk it out. We bring the subjects up. Or, I'm sorry, not we, you. Bring subjects up. We work on it. Seems like the other side understood and acknowledged, yes. Okay, so now we're in a different world. You said you understood, I understood. So now INFJ assumes they are in a different space. So if the space was over here, now we move to the middle, closer to each other. Now we're in here. Now it's new reality. But now that side turns into their old ways. And that's something that is old in this new space. And now they effed it up. Now they effed it up because all the energy, the feelings, and the physical investment, because we made physical effort, physical investment, and we let so many things go for the greater good, right? Now, when we think that the world is perfect, that all our work and effort has paid off, good old bullshit happens again. So that's when we are like, this is now pure disrespect. This is not me trying to figure out or understand where you come from. This is not me trying to give you benefit of a doubt, because that supposedly is all figured out already. That world is figured out. Now we're in this world over here. When that old stuff now enters our new world, now it's like, are you kidding me? So now INFJs understand that as pure disrespect. And me being your wife, I understand that part. And even if I'm not INFJ, I see it the same way. Because before you even had a door slam, I had a door slam long time ago myself. However, our door slams are weird too. And I will tell you why. Your door slam and mine is equal.
ESTP, right? Okay, yeah.
You call me ESTP.
No, but whatever.
Okay, yeah, like I said, you do the research. I don't, because for me it's just too complicated, too much effort. I'm just not in it. So, but we deal on a different level with that. So what I'm saying is that my door slam is a door slam that I know will never be the same. However, my door slam is, so whenever you're ready to change, you know where to find me. And I think your door slam is like, I'm not going to let anyone else to be affected by my door slam.
Which is a protector.
Which is a protector inside INFJ.
Yeah.
Other people's lives shouldn't be affected, destroyed, or altered by my personal problem or situation.
And that's one of the things that because I'm thinking about the future.
Yeah, but you think about the future of other people that you care about. Let's say there's a person you don't care about, and if your door slam affects them, you don't care because you don't care about. So now you have all these people around which is your family and you care about, you understand that the door slam affects them. So your behavior and actions is like a tippy toe around. Make sure that they feel it as minimal up as possible, because it shouldn't be affecting them, because that's not their problem. So you don't talk about it, you don't tend to bring them into it, you don't tend to expose them to it. As far as they're concerned, this never happened. As far as they're concerned, the door slam never happened. See, you and me are married, so we are like this or nothing. So you and me are like one. Somebody does it to you, it's done to me and my family, as far as I'm concerned. And that's my problem, so don't worry about it. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, because I understand the door slam, I feel it, and I agree with you, it's correct. And you don't need to be guilty about it, because you didn't do it, they did it. And maybe they, hopefully not, but if they did do this video and they do the math, I need them to understand that they're good people. They're still not bad people. And they don't have maybe the understanding or ability or comprehension. But sometimes there are certain situations when something bad done to you over and over again, at one point we arrive, there's no turning back. So in my situation, I'm there. That person knows where to find me, where to call me, or to do whatever they need to do to make it right to me. But as far as I'm concerned, train is gone, but I keep the door open, more not for me, but more for you. And more for the people around me. Because the people around me are affected by my door slam. So as far as they're concerned, they don't know about my door slam. So I think in your case, it's kind of the same, right?
Yeah.
So it's, I'm sorry, it's complicated.
No. Gotcha.
You are not underdeveloped. You are to the point that that's why a lot of people find you intimidating. We had so many situations when people say you are intimidating.
No. But have you seen physically? Because I mean, obviously, you tell me that, but have you experienced it yourself? Like,
yes, when we just met, I found you intimidating. Remember how we were like, and I was literally telling to myself, why I even bother with this guy? Remember? But I think the only reason things worked out, because I said I picked you on a level of instinct, and I recognize from my father the instinct.
Okay, but what about, like, for example, when I'm interacting with other people? Like, have you observed, like, the dynamics between me and other men and how I interact, whatever? Like, what have you been, I mean, I don't know, maybe, again, I'm asking you to do this.
So many layers of that.
No. I'm asking you to do this because, but then again, it's like the INFJ is the one that does that. Like, if I see you with someone, whatever, I'll be thinking and trying to figure out, okay, where's this person from, how they interact, whereas I don't think other people do it as much. But now that I'm asking you, in retrospect, when you see me with other people on different levels, whether it be with my father, my brothers, my cousins, or, you know, the people that you see me interact with, how have you seen the dynamic? Like with like, okay, for example, like an Uncle who's very, he is intuitive.
He's E and he's intuitive.
Okay, what have you noticed between me and him? Or like what I've expressed to you?
The way I feel about our uncle is.
No, but keep it.
Keep it relevant.
Yeah, like the interaction between me and him.
Remember, I told you there's underdeveloped and developed. I think there was a time when you were INFJ underdeveloped, and it was all admiration, whatever. And then with ages and experience, you figured him out. And now you reach the point where you have figured uncle out, and now we know where he is.
But he doesn't like that.
And he doesn't like that. When in here was good because you didn't know nothing about it.
Because he gives you a lot of pushback now.
Now he does, because he's like, now I'm not that uncle, I'm this uncle, and this guy's now getting old and smart and god damn it, you know what I mean? So my whole point is, I mean, he's a nice guy. I mean, the guy cares, he's a good guy. But my whole point is, this is where the growth happens. At the end of the day, we're never going to be children forever. We're not going to be 50 and stay children. I mean, some people do. But it's not our case.
Yeah.
And I think other people struggle with that.
Struggle with what?
When they are in a certain category, and with the ages, they're not in that category. So now they have to keep up with you, and they can't. Not necessarily, I'm not talking material stuff, whatever, I'm talking emotional stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But let me ask you a question. Obviously, you're able to, and that's why, and I'm trying to figure out how is it that, like, you're able to run with me. Like, because that's what I do. I ask questions, and then I want you to just be like, you know, like, just, you know, like, give me all the information. So you notice how I've been just asking you questions, and I want you to...
Well, you got me in the good zone.
No. But the thing is, but I'm trying to figure out, it's like, how is it that, I guess we're, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're able to sort of, like, I can ask you and you can go there, where, like, a lot of people, they won't do it. Like, they won't go and dissect individual. I think my dad does it, though. My dad does it because I think he has it as well.
Yes.
But what?
Yes.
I'm hearing a but there.
But at the same time, we have reached the age and stage when we have figured him out. And now we're behaving accordingly. I'm sorry, Dad. You're a good guy, but life just happened. But my whole point is, you and me, we understand the human part of everybody. We are willing to forgive, let it go, and whatever, if we see that the other side is trying. If the other side is trying or do their best, the best maybe sucks, maybe best doesn't even work, but the fact that they're doing it, that's it.
No, as far as my dad's concerned, I mean, I don't have any qualms. I don't have any issues with him as well, because I think
it's the moving forward is happening. Yeah. So my whole point is,
and I was even able to articulate what happened with me and him, and that he was basically in a situation where he was just out for himself, because obviously
it's funny that you understood that. You told me about it, and then I was like, I get it. But before that, my emotions were running, not my mind.
Yeah.
My emotions were running more than my common sense. When INFJs can connect these two, and like I said, arrive at 50-50. Some people cannot arrive at 50-50, including me, but however, I'm open to it. Other people cannot arrive because they're not open to it. I think with me, it's because I'm open to it. I might not like it. I might fight it. I might be about it. I might not, even on instinct level, I might not react to it. But somewhere, I'm there with it. You see what I'm saying? Because, let's say when it comes to Dad, how can I even put it? He is important to us. He's important to us because of our children. And he's important because of the way he behaves because of the past. If he would behave differently because of the past right now, I'm sorry to say, not sorry, but the reality I can say, he could be up. But he's not. And it's only because of the effort.
Because it's
that authentic human we recognize.
Yeah. Let me ask you in terms of authenticity, in terms of people who I associate with and I bring into the family. Like, have you noticed?
What do you mean, music, you said?
No, people.
Okay.
Like, have you noticed, like, whether or not, or have you been keeping tabs on, like, the people who I associate with versus the people who I allow the family to associate with? Like, because you obviously know that I'm very, like, I'm not a big...
Selective.
Yeah, friends person. Like, I mean, I may know a lot of people, but I'm not big on friends. And there's certain people that I allow you and the family, like with Joelle, Radame, whatever, even this, yesterday, that's part of the family. And there's certain people that you may know of, but it's just like from a distance, just as a passing friend. Have you registered any of that or not really? You haven't really?
You are my quality meter. Because you are internal, I'm external. I am a person that likes to be liked and likes the feeling of acknowledgement that my effort has been rewarded. So I know that about myself very well. But the reason I know that very well about me is because you introvert, and that creates a balance. Now, however, because of that, let's say I would be going to these people, and I want to bring these people to the house and whatever, and you would be like, hold up, lady, these people are not having to our house. You know what I mean? You like the control. You like a face control of the club. You know what I mean? Like, I say, oh, party, just come in and everybody can tell me how great and awesome I am. That's what I want.
I didn't know that about you.
Yes, you do.
No, I didn't know that.
Come on.
99%. 99%. I did not know about that about you.
I make a meal and people acknowledge they like my meal, and I'm literally melting like a butter.
No, but I didn't. I didn't put that two together. I just thought it was.
Yeah, but see, the funny part is, I like that at the moment because I live in the moment. When the moment is done, I want you to be gone. I'm sorry, people. I have nothing against you. I'll still like you, but I don't want you with the same experience tomorrow. I want you maybe tomorrow with different experience, but I don't necessarily want you tomorrow. So like I said, you might control. Because you say, oh, these people cannot come to my house. Like, why? Because I already know they're going to like my food or whatever. And you say, oh, they cannot come here because that, and that. And then that sets my reality meter. Not my wannabe meter, but my reality meter. And then I'm like, well, because A is going to happen, B is going to happen, and the C is going to happen. Do you want to deal with the C? And then I go, oh my God, I so don't want the C. God, thank you for letting me know that the C is going to happen, and then I don't want the C. I think that's why we work together well, because I lift you up, you put me down. I didn't mean like put me down, but
ground you.
Ground me. Like I don't know, one lady that reads the palms, she said that the Scorpios, they like to just go up, but they bring other people sometimes down, or they bring themselves down because they just don't want to give them opportunity to fly. So, but you fly. So I think we are kind of each other's meters. So I like to fly, but I sometimes might, like you call me sometimes a pessimist. We have those two worlds so well, like working with each other. Yeah. I think that it works out for both of us. Because Scorpios can be pessimists, but I mean, Capricorns are pessimists in a sense, and the Scorpios are optimists because they try to see the best in people, when Capricorns kind of see the worst in people. Oh, that cannot be true. That doesn't seem right. And the Scorpio would be, but give them a chance. But maybe they can do it because they did that. You know what I mean? So I think it's like this kind of, you and me arrive at the middle. I don't know what it has to do with INFJ.
No, but yeah, but see, that's the thing though. It's all social, and that's the whole. When I started about this, is because you see how we're dissecting and we're going in different directions, and we're basically understanding.
Are we providing real examples to people?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Because obviously we are. Like, all these examples, my father, my brother.
Okay, yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You, and you're talking about, whatever, your mom, and all these individuals. So we're able to now focus on that without the whole FETETI.
Oh my God. Isn't it the worst when you listen to these videos and they mention all these letters?
And they don't realize because they're not conscious of the fact that people are looking at that and they haven't even. And people don't have time for that.
No. Hold on. People like you, they know every letter. They have done their research and everything. People like me don't do the research. I expect research to be done. Explain me to basics. Have you noticed when I go to see like doctors and stuff, I tell them, please don't talk doctor to me. Talk me human.
Yeah.
Talk to me human. So that's me. However, you will do the research. You know the answers because you sometimes know the answer. You still ask a question just to see, you know what I mean? Me, I really don't know the answer. You know what I mean? You know the answer.
No, but okay, but I'll explain to you. I'll tell you about me though. Even though I've done it, I don't have the capacity to remember all of that stuff because I don't use it. I'm very books, application. If I book it, if I don't apply it, I lose it. It needs to be book and apply. And a lot of these people, all they do
is just a book.
Book it.
That I think in general that's a problem.
Yeah.
Like we discussed, like Washington DC metro area functions book statistics, but complete inability to understand the real world.
Yeah.